So, first matchup, we're in the ACC part of the bracket here. So remember, I said you got to get through your own conference to get anywhere. The Cardinal Bird of Louisville against Mr. and Mrs. Wolf of NC State. The Cardinal Bird took it by a score of 6-3. So they face off against the Hokie Bird of Virginia Tech. This is where the coin toss came in. The Caveman of Virginia and Rock the Panther of Pitt. Tied at 4-piece. Sean did the coin flip, and it hit tails. So Rock the Panther is moving on, and this is where I said you got to get through your own conference, but some conferences didn't have enough schools. So Monty and the Aztec Warrior of San Diego State, they are moving on. Moving to the Big 12 section of the bracket. Big J of Kansas faced Bruiser of Baylor. Bruiser ran away with it, a score of 7-3. So Bruiser's moving on to face the Mountaineer of West Virginia. And Super Frog and Red Raider. This one was very close with 9 votes. Raider Red. And Raider Red is moving on with a score of 5-4.
What?
Yeah, I thought the Super Frog would take it. I was wrong.
Me too.
Wow. Raider Red of Texas Tech is moving on to face Ace the Warhawk of, I believe, ULM.
Oh, yeah.
Louisiana Monroe.
Oh, yeah.
All right, now down to the Big 10 / Pac-12 version of the bracket because the Big 10 only had a few teams. Herky the Hawk and Herbie the Husker, Iowa and Nebraska, with 10 votes. Very close. Herky's moving on 6-4.
Okay.
So Herky is facing off against Howell of Arkansas State, the Red Wolves.
Okay. Oh, nice.
And the Pac-12 section of the Big 10 bracket. Benny Beaver of Oregon State faced off against Swoop of Utah. And with 10 votes again, Benny the Beaver's moving on 6-4. We'll go up against Alfie and Wolfie Jr. of Nevada.
Oh, wow.
Mountain West teams being thrown into the mix. Now down to the actual Pac-12 section of the bracket. Wilbur the Wildcat of Arizona faced off against Trojan and Traveler of USC. Yeah. This one was a landslide. It was 8-1 for Trojan and Traveler.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah. So Trojan and Traveler move on to face Dubs and Harry the Husky, a Pac-12 / future Big 10 matchup. To see who moves on there. And then Joe and Josephine Bruin of UCLA faced off against Chip of Colorado. And with 11 votes, almost a tie, Joe and Josephine Bruin move on 6-5.
Yeah.
So the Bruins will face Big Blue of Utah State.
Oh, okay.
Over to the right side of the bracket, our SEC section of the bracket. The Wildcat of Kentucky faced off against Bully the Bulldog of Mississippi State. And the name was pretty fitting because Bully got away with it in the landslide. They manhandled the Wildcat with a score of 8-2. So Bully will go against, still haven't figured out how to say it, Reveille of Texas A&M. I'm kind of hoping Bully wins that, so I don't have to butcher that name anymore.
Right.
But it is what it is. This one kind of surprised me as well. The Rebel Black Bear of Ole Miss against Mr. C of Vanderbilt. With 11 votes, Rebel Black Bear 7-4. I thought it was going to go that 6-5, but it was 7-4. Rebel Black Bear is moving on, going against Billy the Warrior of Hawaii.
Oh,
that'll be an interesting one to see how that goes.
Yeah.
And then we have this is the AAC section of the bracket. Jonathan the Husky of UConn going up against Riptide of, I believe, Tulane.
Yeah.
With 10 votes, Jonathan wins at 6-4. UConn is moving on. I thought Riptide was going to take it.
Yeah.
Jonathan is going up against Captain Kane of, I believe, Tulsa.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. In the second round. And then Petey the Pirate of ECU going up against Cat of Cincinnati with 5 votes. 4-1 for Petey the Pirate. He is moving to go against Flash of Kent State.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Over to... Wait, no, that was... Okay. I got the conferences all messed up. But... or which one was which. But we're moving on. Blaze the Dragon up against Rory the Panther with 5 votes again. Score of 3-2. Blaze is moving on.
Wow, UAB. Yeah.
Yep. UAB is going up against FAU and Alzy the Burrowing Owl.
Oh. What?
And then the other one here, Scrappy of North Texas going up against Seymour DeCampus of Southern Miss with 6 votes, 5-1. Seymour DeCampus took the win, is going up against Zippy of Akron.
Oh.
And then we are in the MAC section of the bracket. We had the Victor E. Husky of Northern Illinois.
Let's go.
Up against Charlie Cardinal of Ball State. 7 votes, 4-3. It's Charlie Cardinal moving on.
Okay, all right.
I wanted Victor E. Bull versus Victor E. Husky. We're not getting it. Charlie Cardinal and Ball State go up against Victor E. Bull of Buffalo in the second round. And I made a mistake when I was making the bracket. I didn't realize that the Flying C mascot for Central Michigan was just the actual logo. They didn't have an actual mascot. So it couldn't be the all Michigan section of the bracket. So the Central Michigan was replaced by Rufus the Bobcat of Ohio. Went up against Swoop of Eastern Michigan. We still get the Michigan matchup because Swoop won 8-1. And Swoop of Eastern Michigan is going up against Buster Bronco of Western Michigan in the second round.
Okay. Eastern and Western, I can dig it.
Yeah. And there we go. That's round 1.
As Scott says, good college players come from East St. Louis. Yeah. Yes. Round 1 of Mascot Madness Challenge 2. The picture's starting to clear up again. We appreciate you guys getting in. I was eager to see how many people kind of still voted, even though it wasn't, I feel like the first tournament was like a lot of the major teams
it was
everybody knew. Yeah, this one was more of some of the teams you didn't know. And that MAC conference, you get to the Eastern and Western, you get to NIU, you get to, some of those guys. What was it? Ball State versus
NIU,
NIU, that one. It was just like, oh, yeah, people don't know these mascots. They're not more.
North Texas versus Southern Miss.
Right. It's like, what? Like, who are these guys? So I love that people are still voting on it. People are still getting down, man. And shout out to my guy, Alex Loosemore, for putting that stuff together, man, because that's a lot of stuff, man.
I had a lot of fun doing
it. Scott said, I voted for the one that Alex.
I noticed that when I was grabbing the votes today. I was like, I see a pattern here.
Wait a minute, Scott. Wait a minute. Look. I was the one who flipped the coin that ended up getting, Truman eliminated. If you want to take anything out, take it out on me. All right, buddy? Take it out on me. All right? Come on.
Hey, Truman will get one more shot when we do the third bracket.
Right.
Let's even make it out of the first round of that one. That's all I'm saying.
Yo,